wear contact lenses, I have to wear them to see close up. If I take the contacts out, I can read perfectly. So, should I have a laser surgery? That's the case.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to EBTV's coverage of Central Jersey High School basketball. From East Brunswick High School, Gordy Deal alongside Jimmy Allinder, getting set for this GMC Red Division matchup between the Perth Amboy Panthers and the East Brunswick Bears. Amboy, a record of 3-3 on the season, and East Brunswick at 5-2. But again, we have a couple of GMC Red Division rivals here tonight. You never know what can happen.
Well, let's put it this way, Gordy. The three teams that Perth Amboy has beaten is Woodbridge, Old Bridge, and Long Branch. If you put a bridge in it or something like that with wood, maybe they have a chance. But I don't think so against this East Brunswick team. As you mentioned, they're coming in with a 5-2 record. Decidedly a taller team. People like Larry Press, what is he, about 6'7"? Gordon Hurley, 6'7". Of course, you got Ryan McBride. They're a veteran group led by one of the best point guards in the state, Bob Henning. And there's some problems on the Perth Amboy side, as we talked about with Coach John Mazurek. One injury casualty, and then two due to academics. And so they're basically going to be working at a disadvantage tonight.
Well, certainly these coaches have seen a lot over their tenure. Bo Henning now in his 13th season here at East Brunswick. John Mazurek in season number 25, so not much probably surprises those coaches. We'll get set for the starting lineups in just a moment. All right, Perth Amboy on the floor in the visiting red jerseys, red shorts. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Panthers. Point guard number 20, Jose Hernandez. With him at the shooting guard will be number 10, Jose Rodriguez. The forwards, number 5, Brett Brown. Number 21, David Rodriguez. And the center is number 34, Pablo Eusebio. East Brunswick in the home white jerseys. You'll see them in a minute as they appear on the floor. White jerseys, white shorts with the green trim and green numerals. They will start in the guard position. Number 11, Bob Henning. Number 13, Ryan McBride. The forwards, number 30, Chris Schuler. Number 43, Justin Borak. And the center, number 33, Larry Press, who will jump center against Pablo Eusebio. Perth Amboy with a mark of 3-3 overall, 2-2 in the GMC Red Division. East Brunswick at 5-2 overall, 3-1 in the GMC Red. Press wins the tap, and East Brunswick grabs the opening tip. Both teams like to run. Talking to John Mazurek before the game, and he said they might have to take the air out of the ball tonight because he's not sure that his team can keep up with East Brunswick's quickness and defense. In the corner now for Schuler. Borak puts it on the floor, throws it up and in the paint. Amboy walks it up the floor. With the basketball is Brett Brown. You may remember him from football season. He's a quarterback on the Panthers football team. 20 is Hernandez, back to Brown.
Just a sophomore, Brett is. East Brunswick, and it's man-to-man.
Eusebio holding. This is David Rodriguez. The Rodriguezes are brothers on the team. Press with a rebound. Jose Rodriguez, the senior, wearing number 10. His younger brother David is at forward. Eusebio comes away with it. Lead pass ahead of the field and up and in by David Rodriguez, and we're tied at 2. Now a near steal on a quick play by Jose Hernandez. The point guard getting in there.
Coach Bo Henning giving a little admonition to his son Bobby to get a little more focused. A couple of times he had the ball knocked away from him.
Ryan McBride, the three-point threat for the Bears, leads the team with 20 of them this year, about 3 per game. This is Borak, top of the key, swinging around on the right wing for Press.
Well, there's your size advantage in there. Larry Press, they haven't really exploited it yet. And
boy, and a big guy just steps outside like that and drains a long two-pointer. You worry about defending him and blocking him out in the paint, and steps out like that and drains a long two. Although with the size, Bo Henning has said that his Achilles heel could potentially be his rebounding. His team has not owned the boards the way he'd like them to so far this year.
But Gordy, I think just overall aggressiveness has been lacking with this East Brunswick team.
Three-pointer for Jose Rodriguez. And Amboy leads at 5-4. Here's a steal in the backcourt. pull-up jumper, though, was no good as David Rodriguez left it short. Bears the other way. McBride, bounce pass inside for Schuler, good, and the foul.
I said before that East Brunswick lacking a little in the aggressive area. Somewhat shocked by the opening season loss to Piscataway. We knew Piscataway was a good team, but certainly East Brunswick thought they were better.
First personal foul on David Rodriguez of Perth Amboy, also the team's first team foul rather. Schuler at the line completes the three-point play. Chris shoots him at 75% for the season. He's got 3 points, and East Brunswick leads at 7-5. David Rodriguez playing catch with his brother. Now Eusebio on the baseline, blocked by Press. Here comes Bob Henning, long outlet pass and a leave off now for Schuler, who puts it in. Nice conversion and a great leave by McBride.
Yeah, McBride saw Schuler on the outside there and converted the 2-on-1.
This is Jose Hernandez in the backcourt, working on a pesky Henning. Outside for the three, and it's good. Jose Rodriguez with his second three of the night. Amboy back up 9-8. Henning a little leaner in the paint, can't get it to go. Rebound, Perth Amboy back the other way. We said this could be a wide open affair, and it is so far. Henning takes a spill, driving in the paint. A whistle and a traveling violation on Jose Hernandez. Turnover for Perth Amboy. East Brunswick gets it back, leading by a score of 9-8.
You know, if you never saw Perth Amboy play, this is not shocking. This is their characteristic here. They love to run. Here you go. They have mixing it up right now. Henning's had his hands full.
His shirt's all awry.
Hernandez.
It's been busy in the backcourt tonight. Perth Amboy applying the pressure. We'll see how long Coach Mazurek decides to go with it, though, because his team is not deep. He'll only go 6 or 7 deep. Don't know that his team can keep up this kind of pressure all game long. This is Hernandez in the backcourt, being worked on by Henning. Now for Rodriguez. Turnaround jumper by David Rodriguez. Won't go. Press the rebound. And Henning will bring it up the floor. 4:05 to play, first quarter. Here's Borak, left wing. Up top for a McBride three. Too strong. Press fighting for the rebound. Look at him go after the ball. Puts it on the floor. Up top for Borak, quick in the corner for McBride. Too long. Press is there to put it back up and in.
Despite that miss by McBride, they do move the ball well, don't they?
Do move the ball well. Speaking of moving the ball, that Perth Amboy team, which is concerned about getting blown out by East Brunswick, has said, through Coach Mazurek, that they might shoot to go 5 or 6 passes before taking a shot tonight to try to take some of the air out of the ball.
Well, I'll tell you
they haven't
what,
shown that yet, though.
That would be very un-Perth Amboy-like.
Here's a steal by Schuler. Cross court for McBride. Puts it on the floor, working on Brett Brown. McBride looking for help.
Woo!
Nearly gave it away, but got it back. And a nifty pass from Henning inside to Schuler. Wow, nice conversion. Schuler now with 7 of East Brunswick's 13 points. The Bears lead at 13-8.
You got a little glimpse of Bobby Henning's court sense. He can see just about anybody from anywhere.
Long three by Jose Rodriguez will not fall. East Brunswick the other way. Henning over the midcourt line, pull up for the running three, won't go, ball loose, recovered by Schuler. Henning again, putting the pressure on, pull up in the paint, gets the shooter's touch and it falls through. Henning with his first 2 points. East Brunswick all of a sudden out to a 15-8 lead. 2:30 to go, opening quarter, and Perth Amboy wants a timeout. One of the treats we have for you, if you haven't been with us in the past, is a wireless microphone on East Brunswick head coach Bo Henning. And we'll pop in on him on the night, see what he has to say.
Listen, they're making it tough for us to outlet to Bob, but you know what I think might be there occasionally? Look deep first. Look deep first on rebounds, right? Larry worked from deep back, okay? And Bob, you got to try and get open harder than that, right? We'll try and get you open deeper up the court because they're not finding guys getting back. Now, you understand we're 22. The guy who's got a horrible matchup would probably be Larry, right? Larry, you try and deny. Listen to me. You try and deny. If he gets it, get off him a step, okay?
Be on the board, Zach.
So you see that Henning wants to have his son
be a little bit more aggressive, try to get open. Of course, Larry Press with the size advantage on his man, also to get open a little bit more. A little bit more movement he wants from his team.
Jose Hernandez with the rock for Perth Amboy at the free throw line for Eusebio. Worked on by Press. Big mismatch there size-wise. Here's Brett Brown now. Brown trying to drive baseline on Schuler. Schuler denies him. The pull-up jumper won't go, and the rebound comes down to McBride. Here's Henning racing across the midcourt line. Pull up from the free throw line. It's good. Boy, if he's hot tonight, watch out. He is not afraid to shoot it. He's got 4. EB leads at 17-8.
Gordy, I got to tell you, Amboy in a half court is like a fish out of water. They just don't know what to do with the ball.
Slapped out of bounds by Schuler. Perth Amboy will restart. In the game now is Carlos Orich, the senior. He comes in for Jose Hernandez. Orich wears number 11. Brown at the point, working on Schuler. Down low to David Rodriguez. Turnaround jumper won't go. Rodriguez gets his own rebound, put it up and in.
Good follow-up there by David Rodriguez. That's what they're going to have to do.
Short jumper by McBride won't fall. Perth Amboy races the other way. Here's Orich, puts it on the floor, driving on Henning. Pull up won't go, gets his own rebound, put it up and in. Carlos Orich with 2. And it's a 5-point lead for East Brunswick, 17-12 with a minute to play, first quarter. Henning gets a pick from Schuler, and now we'll back it off. Here's a McBride 3, rolls around and out. Jose Rodriguez driving paint, spinning, turning, shooting, hits it. Jose Rodriguez with 8 of Perth Amboy's 14 points. And back the other way, they can't stop Schuler underneath. He goes with the left and hits for his 6th point. 19-14, end to end we go. 25 seconds to play, first quarter. 19-14, East Brunswick leads Perth Amboy. GMC Red Division matchup. Pablo Eusebio, Jose Rodriguez, David Rodriguez, his brother, gets it. Brett Brown, Amboy holding for 1. 10 seconds to play. Schuler picks up Brown. Brown driving in the paint, up against Press, laid it up and in. Brown with his first 2. 1 second to go. Shot at the buzzer, no good. We've come to the end of 1 here at East Brunswick High School with the score, East Brunswick 19, Perth Amboy 16, just when it looked like it was getting away from Perth Amboy. Some good pressure, and they're back in the game, trailing by 3.
Absolutely. Give Amboy credit. When they got out of the half-court game, when they started the run with East Brunswick, that's when they had more success. We'll have to see how Missouri handles the second quarter. Perth Amboy, I don't know. I think they played about as well as they possibly could, given the talent that they may have. Yet they're down by 3 points, and East Brunswick, on the other hand, they're just not the aggressive team that you're looking for to really bring it up to the next level, and that's what they're going to have to do. And that's why Henning's so frustrated. If you see the camera on him, he's got this look on his face like, when are we going to break out of it, guys?
Let's slip in and hear the huddle.
It's not a bad defense, but now they're starting to take it to the rim, right? We want to make sure that we're keeping them on the perimeter a little bit better than what we're doing. We're not going to get beat all game with that kid making that jump shot, as long as we're making him work the entire time, okay? You're picking him up, at least 22.
All right, a subtle reference to Perth Amboy's lack of depth. Bo Henning saying they're not going to let a guy like Rodriguez or Brett Brown shoot from the outside and score all game or make the drive to the hole all game long when they're not going to have the stamina to do it for 4 quarters. So we'll see if Perth Amboy begins to tire, and I guess one of the indications of that will be shots falling short, barely hitting the front of the rim. That's usually a sign that that a team is tiring. New man in the game for East Brunswick is number 4, Dan Miller, the sophomore, in at guard. Also, Paul Monazeski is in. Here's Monazeski now with a shot. Won't go, but the rebound by Matt Cassidy. Cassidy can't put it back in. Wholesale substitutions, with the exception of Bob Henning. Also in the game is Gordon Hurley, wears number 32. How about a 6'7" sophomore? Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about matchup problems.
He looks bigger than that.
Yeah. David Rodriguez's shot won't go for Perth Amboy. The rebound to Matt Cassidy. It was kicked by Amboy, and Dan Miller will bring it up the floor.
Dan Miller, super soccer player.
Oh,
One of the best in the state already as a sophomore.
yeah, terrific, terrific young player. Here's Henning in the corner, waving his teammates around to clear some space. Minute gone by, second quarter. Henning with bounce pass, deflected inside. Amboy comes away with it. Jose Rodriguez off the glass and a nice touch.
You bet it was a nice touch. Smooth. And I don't like this matchup here on the court for East Brunswick.
Jose Rodriguez with 10 points, first player to reach double figures. And it's a 1-point game. Here's a steal by Amboy. Brett Brown the other way in a 2-on-2, and now it's a 2-on-3. Falls to the ground as he tried to make a move in the paint. I think he actually stepped on Dan Miller's feet. Fell to the floor for a traveling violation. Substitutions for Perth Amboy as that brief experiment is over. Actually, Brett Brown and David Rodriguez come take a rest, and back in the game is Jose Hernandez and Pablo Eusebio.
You got McBride in there, and he is the lone starter, I believe.
Actually, he's back in. Bob Henning has taken the break. Here's a three-point try by Monazeski. Won't go. Rebound to Hurley. Big man puts it back up on the floor and in and gets a foul.
Varsity move by a sophomore player.
Foul goes on Jose Rodriguez, his first, team's second. East Brunswick has yet to commit a foul here in the opening half. 6:20 to play here in the second quarter. Gordon Hurley. Free throw won't go. It's only his 6th free throw attempt of the year. He's now 3 of 6 on the season. Cross-court pass for Carlos Urich. And Hurley the rebound off the miss.
Boy, they're crowding around him.
Here's Miller, long outlet pass. And Cassidy could not convert. Amboy the other way. End to end they go. Here's Orich again, driving paint. Shot won't fall. Rebound Amboy. Put back up and in by Jose Hernandez, his first 2 of the night. And East Brunswick leads 21-20. Ball loose on the floor.
Well, you can tell who's hustling in this game. Perth Amboy is really, really wired.
They've got the momentum right now. No
They
question.
do.
And it's been generated by their energy and hard work.
Exactly. I think they believe that they can take this team.
Hurley and Cassidy check out for East Brunswick. Returning to the lineup, Schuler and Press. That's just a classic basketball name, isn't it? Larry Press. Monazeski thought 3, then stepped inside the arc, outside for Dan Miller. Miller on the far side lost the dribble out of bounds. Turnover Bears. Amboy with a chance to take the lead this possession.
East Brunswick just a little discombobulated. You wonder if a timeout might settle things down a little bit.
Jose Hernandez will bring it up the floor, just a junior, with the red headband. Jose Rodriguez now. Actually, they all have red headbands on. Very observant of me. They all wear the red headbands. I was about to say, oh, isn't that unique? No, they all have them on.
It's a pact.
Jose Hernandez triggers the inbounds. This is Orich, and Hernandez gets it back. 4:55 to play, first half. Hernandez spinning and twisting on Miller. Turnaround jumper. Did not go. I give it a 9.9 for degree of difficulty, but he tried it. Inside for Press now on the low block. Press.
Good move.
With the size advantage, turns around, can't get it to go, battling for the rebound. Schuler had his hand on it for a moment. Loose ball in the paint, bodies everywhere. And finally a held ball.
Physical game. Heading back in for East Brunswick to provide a semblance of calmness to this team.
Possession arrow belongs to Amboy. They'll bring it up the floor. Chris Orich out of the game for Amboy as we see Brett Brown return. The starters are back in for Perth Amboy. As you said, they only go about 6 or 7 deep. Here's Eusebio putting on the floor with a hop step and a whistle and a foul on Henning, blocking Eusebio as he went to the basket. For Henning, his first personal, team's first. And this will be Jose Rodriguez on the inbound. 21-20, EB leads at 4:14 to play second quarter. Here's a cutting Brown, had it poked from behind by Henning on a nice defensive play. Henning up the floor, thinks three, pulls it out for McBride, now three. Too strong, a rebound for Brown. Amboy the other way, and in a hurry. Brown pull up from the free throw line, it's short, Eusebio collects it.
Already dribbled.
Long pass out for Jose Rodriguez. David Rodriguez. Long three won't go, but the rebound put up by Hernandez won't go. The rebound for Press. East Brunswick got away with one there. Amboy should have been in the lead on that basket. On that try, rather. Here's Schuler with a nice lay-in on a great feed from Henning. Schuler with 9 points.
That is the key. Henning with the feed. Almost a steal.
Near steal in the backcourt of Hernandez. Henning leads the team in steals. Averages about 3 a game.
Where are they letting them play or what?
Here's a steal by Hernandez in the backcourt. Shot won't go, gets his own rebound, left it short. He was worried about getting blocked. You could clearly see he was intimidated by Borak's size. Here's Henning, though, with a giveaway the other way. Eusebio back down the floor. Left to right, Amboy works. There's a three by Brown. It's good. We're tied at 23. Brett Brown with his first three of the night, third three of the night for Perth Amboy.
This Perth Amboy team will not go away.
How long can they sustain this pressure? They can't stop Larry Press inside, as Press just demonstrated there. We'll see if the Bears make a more concerted effort to get it to him with that big size advantage as he swats a shot the other way out of bounds. Jose Rodriguez may think twice about going baseline against Press and Borak next time.
Gordy, if you noticed, East Brunswick's been having its success down in its end of the court by going to the big men. And I think that's something that they're going to have to utilize. Yeah, Henning can hit the outside shot, but you don't want to depend on that.
Ed Hernandez checks into the Perth Amboy lineup for the first time tonight. Back in with Carlos Orich. As Jose Hernandez and Jose Rodriguez take a break. Here's Orich. Had it poked away momentarily by Henning. Loose on the floor now. Press with a shot at it and hands it off to Henning. Now East Brunswick looks a little scrappier. EB leads at 25-23. Perth Amboy has never led. But East Brunswick has not been able to shake them. Shot by Schuler rolls around and falls out. The rebound by Eddie Hernandez. Amboy the other way. In the corner for Orich. Now Brown looking to drive on Schuler. Double team, throws up a wild shot and it falls. Brown with 5. Perth Amboy again has tied it. 25-25. Minute and a half to go. First half. This game is flying by. Here's Press. Oh, nice turnaround by the left-hander. Larry Press, very tough to stop. And we mentioned they may start going to him. He's now in double figures for EB. Bears have regained the lead, 27-25. Now a timeout for Perth Amboy. Wow, end-to-end action, minute 13 to play, second quarter. East Brunswick leads at 27-25. Let's go to the Bears huddle and EB coach Bo Henning.
To like 20 feet, 17, 18 feet, when all you got to do is go to 10, 12, 15 feet, okay? All right, they're gonna start raking down on Larry, but we should not stop trying to go inside there, okay? All right, now, hey, defensively, listen to me. We're really getting out scrapped again on the boards. We're really getting out scrapped. We're not physical enough checking people out. We're not pursuing the ball like we need to, okay? That's everybody. That's everybody. Come on.
Gordy, other than Henning, has anybody hit an outside shot for East Brunswick? If it has, it's been they're far and few between. The point is that they're getting their points inside. Perth Amboy, meanwhile, is getting it just from sheer aggressiveness, inside and out.
Jose Rodriguez partially blocked by Borak, and East Brunswick the other way. This is the defense that they rely on. Their offense comes from their defense. They don't score a lot of points, but their defense is so tough. And once again, Press inside. He's got 12. and including 6 East Brunswick points in a row. 29-25, East Brunswick extends to a 4-point lead. 40 seconds to go, second quarter. This is Brett Brown on the wing, guarded by Schuler. Now Eusebio picked up by Press. For Brown. Brown put it on the floor. Nice move. He's got quick feet. Left the jumper short, and it's out of bounds to EB.
Apparently that is a matchup that Perth Amboy likes with Brown on his man. They want to bring him to the inside as much as possible.
Bob Henning indicates the thumbs up play. Here's Press on the outside. Now Borak. Bounce pass for Henning. Top of the circle. 8 seconds to go. They'll play for one. Henning. Whoa, look at the footwork rather, and the ball handling. Here's a 3 by McBride at the buzzer. No good. Back iron, and we've come to the end of one half. A very, very quickly moving first half of play here at East Brunswick High School with the score, East Brunswick 29 and Perth Amboy 25.
Well, it was a game that was quick-paced. We're both surprised that Perth Amboy has been able to stay as close as they have with East Brunswick. You wonder what Bo Henning is thinking about, what he's going to be talking to his team about at halftime. Bob Henning, I tell you what, I'm so impressed by him. You look at, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go down and find out how many assists Bobby Henning was responsible for, because without him in the game, East Brunswick would be in trouble. As it is, they've got their hands full with Perth Amboy tonight.
He's made some nifty passes, no question about it. The leading assist man on the team, Henning averaging about 7 assists a game, getting about 9.3 points. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. First for Perth Amboy, they were led in scoring by their senior guard, Jose Rodriguez, who had 10 points, including 2 3-pointers. Then it was Brett Brown, who had 5 points, including a 3. After that, it was David Rodriguez, who had 4 points, and Jose Hernandez and Carlos Orich each had 2. East Brunswick was led by Larry Press, the big guy who did a lot of damage underneath. He had 12 points. Chris Schuler had 9. Bob Henning had 4, and Justin Borak had 2. Gordon Hurley had 2 off the bench as well. We're at halftime. East Brunswick 29, Perth Amboy 25. Stay tuned for the second half coming up.
Testing. Can you hear me? Am I on?
All right, we're underway here, second half. Just underway. 15 seconds gone by, third quarter. East Brunswick leads it by the score of 29-25. Sorry if I was causing some technical foul-ups there. East Brunswick's got a 4-point lead heading into the third quarter.
And just the recipient of a turnover right here.
On the floor for the Bears, the point guard, Bob Henning, helped out by McBride in the backcourt, along with Schuler, Borak, and Press. And Perth Amboy goes with its original starters of Rodriguez, Hernandez, Eusebio, and Brown.
You know, Gordy, they really don't feel like they want to shoot from the outside. They don't need to.
Caught Perth Amboy sleeping that time. Chris Schuler now with 11 points. And East Brunswick leads 31-25. This is Brett Brown holding for Amboy, looking for help. Gets it off to Pablo Eusebio. Now driving is Jose Hernandez, picked up by Press. He's not going anywhere and has to throw it off Press's legs just to get some oxygen over there. Press was all over him. 6:53 to play, third quarter.
6 points might match East Brunswick's biggest lead.
Hernandez brings it up top, working on Henning. Had half a step on him, but then lost it. Henning closed quickly. Boy, look at this defensive pressure. Perth Amboy finally gets a pull-up J from Hernandez. Can't get it to go. Press the rebound. The big man forced to put it on the floor, and here comes McBride to help. McBride working on Brown. Now for Borak. Bounce it for Henning and swing it to McBride. Down low. for Borak, couldn't get it to fall. Some good ball work. Here's a 1-on-3 scenario. Brown backs it off. Hernandez, now David Rodriguez in the paint. Working on McBride, won't go. Battle for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. And last touch by East Brunswick.
You heard the crowd groan there. They thought that Rodriguez got away with an elbow as he drove in. Officials are letting this one go.
Here's Eusebio. Hernandez picked up by Henning. Excuse me. Jose Rodriguez, pull-up jumper, fall away. Won't go, off balance, ill-advised shot. Here's Henning the other way. 5:40 to go, third quarter.
Nice look.
Great head fake by Henning to free himself up for that nifty pass to Press, knocked out of bounds. East Brunswick gets it back. One of the things that Bo Henning wants to see the team do in the second half is make Perth Amboy's defense play defense for longer periods of time. In other words, have his team make more passes, work the ball a little more.
There you go.
There's a McBride three-pointer. McBride on the board for the first time tonight. Does it via the three, and East Brunswick suddenly up 34-25, and Amboy has yet to score this half. Here's Henning the other way, and this might be the fatigue we thought that might set in. McBride, long three won't go. Gets his own rebound. He's quickly collapsed on by David Rodriguez. The held ball, possession arrow belongs to EB. Chance to extend that 9-point lead. 5:06 to go, third quarter. Sorry, make that Perth Amboy ball. And Jose Rodriguez will bring it up the floor. Rodriguez, the senior, averaging 12.5 points a game, has 10 now. His jumper falls short. The rebound by Eusebio. Leaves it for Hernandez. Here's Jose Rodriguez driving baseline against Press. Press got a piece of it, but got a piece of the arm as well. And Bo Henning on the sideline saying, don't move your feet. So for Larry Press, it is his first personal foul, first team foul here in the second half.
Very, very few team fouls, individual fouls tonight.
That's why the game has been so fast moving. Jose Rodriguez at the free throw line. He's got 10 points.
You don't think the officials are looking out the window to see if it started snowing, do you?
Yeah.
Gonna get out of here?
Good bit of rain when we came in tonight. Second free throw is good. Nice smooth touch by Rodriguez. He's got 12. It's Perth Amboy's first trip to the free throw line tonight. Ryan McBride on the right wing working on Brett Brown. Bounce it off for Press, who can hit from out there. And Henning indicates the thumbs up play. Picked up by Jose Hernandez. Larry Press. Now for a McBride three. It's good.
Oh, there you
Top
go.
of the key.
Second one in a row for McBride.
He's got 6. East Brunswick leads by 10. Perth Amboy still without a field goal midway through the third quarter.
Now you got to lead it to double digits.
Down low to a wide open Hernandez, who converts. First field goal of the second half for Perth Amboy, and the lead is 8. One of the scouts from J.P. Stevens High School in the crowd tonight, having a look at their GMC rival as Larry Press converts. I'm sure he'll be taking note of Larry Press's ability to play from the inside and the outside. Well, they've already handled J.P. Stevens this year. Here's Eusebio, didn't quite know where to go with the basketball, looking for help. Hernandez struggling to get open, finally feeds off to David Rodriguez. Picked up there by Ryan McBride. Rodriguez trying to drive on McBride. They kicked it out of bounds, and it'll be EB basketball. Leading by 10 with 3:09 to play here in the third quarter.
Corey, I don't think there's any question that the pace of this game is starting to affect Perth Amboy somewhat. You don't see the same, certainly the same fire that they had in that first half.
That defense that East Brunswick plays will just exhaust teams after a while. We're starting to see some of those Perth Amboy shots fall a little bit short. starting to catch the front of the rim.
Wow. Larry Press with strength.
They do not have an answer for Larry Press down low. He's got 16 points, 8 field goals. Though they haven't fouled him yet either, but I think Perth Amboy is so concerned about getting in foul trouble with their lack of depth, it's probably just not really an option for them. But sooner or later, they're going to have to start putting some hands on Press, make him change his shot. There's nothing intimidating Larry Press down low right now.
This is super defense by the Bears.
Here's Eusebio, nowhere to go. Back it off for a Brown three, no good. Press with the rebound. He's almost a one-man gang right now. Just to add insult to injury, they're going to bring in a 6'7" sophomore East Brunswick is.
Wow.
There's Press.
Holy smoke. And Missouri calls timeout. They got to find an answer to Press.
Got to start fouling him. 18 points for Press. 43-29 EB by 14. Let's go to the Bears huddle and Bo Henning.
It's a good call.
Come on, sit down, fellas.
Come on, sit down. Let's go. Sit down. You okay? You need a rest. No, you need a rest. Bobby, let's go. You're in for Justin. I'll give you a matchup. Go report in. Hurry up. All right, Bobby, you're going to go on number 20 for the time being here. Bobby Henning, you'll go on Jose, right? I want you to pick him up at least at half court. Just dog him. Just dog him, okay? Now, offensively, with this group, I want a lot of thumbs up. You got to anticipate switches on the screens, right? Understand that they like to switch out and try and steal that down screen, okay? We'll get some touches, but be ball tough. I think the guys are going to be open. It's not the guys coming to the outside. It's going to be the cutters. Don't force it, but I think it'll be there. Hey, a few more stops and their heads are going to hang a little bit, right? Come on, let's go.
I think they're already hanging. That was a desperation timeout on the part of Perth Amboy. Let's see what they do to change things around. Now Press goes out, interestingly enough. He's hot, and they bring in Gordon Hurley. What do you think of that one?
Gordon Hurley is in. Also, along with him is Bob Mineta, who we see right now picking up his number 20 counterpart, Jose Hernandez. There's a block by Schuler, and the loose ball picked up by EB. Henning racing into the front court. Pull up from just a long three range, and can't get it to go, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound. And they're going to get Hurley. And for Gordon, that'll be his first. Team's second team foul here in the second half. So as Coach Henning said, he wanted Mineta to pick up Hernandez at midcourt at least. That's where he picks him up now. Here's Hernandez driving with the scoop layup attempt. It won't go. To rebound to Schuler. Schuler with the outlet for Henning, who's already running 90 miles an hour. And his pass was a little too short for Hurley, and his father and head coach was not happy with it. It's about as angry as Bo Henning gets on the sideline. I think he uses the word darn occasionally. That's about it for Bo.
By the way,
first class operation.
After the first half,
nice move by Orich inside for Amboy.
Henning only had 3, according to the statistician, assists. I thought more, and McBride had 7. I don't think there's any mistake about it. The man with the ball right now makes this team go.
Ball on his hip with 35 seconds to play, third quarter. Content to let the clock run. Here comes Amboy. Oh, what a read by Henning.
And they're back where they started, huh?
This kid's awareness is phenomenal. Here's Schuler. Boy, challenge him to move the basketball, and look what they can do. 20 seconds. Look at the move without the ball. Great to watch. 15 seconds to go. Loses a man with the dribble. Shakes another with a pass. There's a long three by McBride. And, oh, look at Schuler. Sky for the rebound. Put it up. No, and a foul. Look at them just work on Amboy. 6 seconds to play. And John Mazurek desperate to get some of his starters some rest, or some of his regulars some rest.
Ball movement, like you just saw, only occurs with a team that is in sync with each other, knows each other very well, and has played together.
And is disciplined. So to the free throw line goes Chris Schuler, 75% free throw shooter. averaging only about 6.5 points a game, but with that free throw right there, he's got 12. Schuler 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. His first trip here in the second half. Ryan McBride out. Justin Borak is in.
Is he the only one that has gone to the line for the Bears?
Yes, he is. And only one player for Amboy, too. It's been one of those games. Schuler with a nice stroke, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He's got 13 points. Him and Larry Press combined for 31 out of East Brunswick's 45 points. Those two have been an absolute nightmare for Perth Amboy. Schuler takes a breather. There's a wild one-handed shot at the buzzer that won't go for Jose Hernandez. Amboy wanted the foul, and that's about all they can argue for right now.
And they're talking about it, too. They're looking right at the referee.
Not a whole lot going right for Perth Amboy. Bohannon with his arm around his son, giving a little talking to before he addresses the team as a whole. Let's see what he has to say.
How much you do, it's how much you don't hurt us sometimes. Hey, yeah, remember now, you're going to be in some tough double teams. So guys have got to be very, very tough with the ball, okay? All right, let's try Larry in for Matt right here. Larry can put you in the 4 spot. Where is he? So if we suddenly get pressure, you got to be heads up, right? I haven't used the timeouts. If you got something you don't like, you call it, okay? And Gordon will be 5. I'll try. Shu, who was your matchup? All right. Ryan, you're back in right now too. Hurry up, you're back in for Bobby. I'll give it to you when we look at it. I'll give it to you when we got there. All right, let's go. Come on.
Well, we watched Perth Amboy stay close the first 16 minutes of this game with their scrappiness. Then came the halftime break. They're only down by 4. But in the third quarter, East Brunswick's defense obviously began to wear Perth Amboy out. East Brunswick outscored Perth Amboy in the third quarter 16-6. And 2 of those points came off free throws, so only 2 field goals for Amboy in the third quarter.
And to a large extent, Gordy, I think that East Brunswick just willed itself to play better. They asserted themselves. Of course, Larry Press was really impressive in that quarter, and he's back in the game.
They're going with the tall lineup right now because Gordon Hurley's in as well. This could really be gruesome to watch on the boards. We'll see what happens. You know, as we went to the huddle and Bohannon was speaking with Bob, his son, he had his arm around him before he addressed the team as a whole. And if you caught the tail end of what he was saying, he was a little frustrated, telling Bob, it's not necessarily what you do for us all the time. It's sometimes what you don't do for us, like don't hurt us. As we see Larry Press answer with 2, Press with 20. I think his point was they don't have to do everything. Let the game come to you sometimes.
Yeah, and meanwhile, now East Brunswick up by 16.
Fall-away jumper by Brett Brown won't go. Out of bounds.
Yeah.
EB gets it back.
I don't think Amboy's hit the rim for the last 5 minutes. That's the Wild Bunch up there in the corner. You can hear them. Group of students.
Giving Brett Brown some grief for that air ball. There's a lob pass inside for Press. Put it up off the glass and in. I think if he had a blindfold on, he'd score tonight. I mean, they could have called a foul on that. He had guys draped all over his left arm. He still scored, and he's a lefty. Larry Press with 22 points. Here's Brown and a block by Gordon Hurley. The sophomore got a piece of that. Crowd likes it. And out of bounds. Last touch by Amboy, and EB gets it back. I should mention that Jose Hernandez, last trip down the floor, picked up a personal foul for Amboy. That's their second team foul of the half. First personal on Jose Hernandez. Carlos Orich checks out of the game.
So we got Henning posting up here.
Right. McBride for Hurley. Hurley directs traffic out on the left wing, now for Press.
Look at
McBride
Bobby underneath.
down low for Hurley off the glass and in.
Wow.
Hurley with 4. His development as a sophomore late in the season could really mean big things for this East Brunswick team.
20-point lead now.
If he continues to develop and becomes a regular and a real force inside, that is going to mean trouble for the rest of East Brunswick's opponents as the season goes along.
Gordon, you're so right, because right now Larry Press is the inside presence, and if you can get Gordon Hurley to just cause the team to even think a little bit more about another big man, then they match up well against the best in the county.
I mean, Hurley, he's composed, too. He knew right where he was when he caught the ball and scored that basket. Here's a three by McBride. Oh, that's ugly. Salt in the open wound. McBride, his third three-pointer of the night. And he's got 9 points. 54-31. This game has been blown open. You think of sophomores who are 6'8" sometimes, who catch the ball and don't know where they are on the floor and, make an awkward-looking shot, clang it off the bottom of their rim. Not Hurley. He knew right where he was. Half spin, put the ball off the glass and in. He looks good early on. And we talked about Perth Amboy's fatigue, and we see those shots now come up short on the rim.
Oh, now it's showtime.
And Henning, 100 miles an hour the other way with a left-handed layup. Henning's got 6, and Perth Amboy wants a timeout. 56-31. The wheels have come off for Perth Amboy. EB leads by 25 with 5:18 to play in the game. What does Bo Henning say to his troops now, leading by this much? Let's find out.
They're gonna come after you now. They tell them not to wait for the whistle. Like Ryan got clobbered down at that end.
Right.
Expect to get hit and play it through.
This is a clinic, boys.
Danny Miller from Bobby.
31.
Right? You're in, right? For Ryan, Paul. Right. You're 2 now. Justin, you're 3, I guess, right? Shu, let's give Gordon a break. Shu, hurry up. Give Gordon a break. Larry, just put you back in the 5, right? All right. Hey, they're going to come pressure now, so I want to see what you guys do in terms of handling the pressure. If it's man-to-man, we'll use the 1-2 exchange, okay? We still haven't used any timeouts if you get in trouble. All right, now, don't wait for the ref to blow the whistle on a hustle play. They're going to come hard after the ball. You got to go just as hard after it. Keep rebounding. Keep being persistent in the run. If the run's not there, thumbs up and get touches, right? Come on.
Let's go. Keep it up.
All right, 5:18 to play. 56-31. This was a 4-point game at halftime. And just 8 plus 3 is 11 carried away. 11 minutes later, it's a 25-point lead.
Not only that, but Amboy scored 4 points this half.
Defense, defense, defense. Here's Brett Brown for Amboy out on the left wing, picked up by a new man of the game. That's Paul Matazeski. Dan Miller also back in the EB lineup, replacing Bob Henning. In the corner for Eusebio.
I know, just Perth Amboy just loves playing half court like they are right now.
It has not been a tradition of Panther basketball, that's for sure. They love to run and gun it. The foul will go on Chris Schuler for EB. That is his first personal foul. And team foul number 3 on EB. First trip to the free throw line tonight for Pablo Eusebio, the 6'1" junior.
This is my first look at Dan Miller. I'm really anxious to see the athleticism of this kid. You can tell he's a player. He's in the game now.
First free throw by Eusebio is good. His first point of the night. Eusebio has had other things to worry about, like guarding Larry Press, who has 22 points. Eusebio's not been able to focus too much on the offense, but he's got 2 free throws here for his first points of the night. Here's Dan Miller, the sophomore guard.
Anxious to see what's going on away from the ball.
There's Miller for Schuler. Schuler for a Larry Press jumper at the free throw line. Won't go. 2 guys battling for the rebound. Blocked by David Rodriguez. Good to see Borak and Schuler both going after the basketball. Bo Henning's got it like that. Guys still being aggressive on the glass despite leading by 23. David Rodriguez for Amboy. Picked up by Schuler. Looking for help. Hand off to Eusebio. Eusebio guarded by Press. There's no interest in driving on Press. Here's Jose Hernandez with a lead for Brett Brown. Can't convert. Hernandez the rebound. Press with a partial block. Brown the rebound, put it up and in, and a foul.
And a little bit of a rise from the Amboy crowd, some of whom made the trip down here.
Foul will go on Paul Matazeski. That is his first, team foul number 4. .351 to play. Brett Brown to the free throw line for the first time today. And he finishes off the old-fashioned 3-point play. Brown now with 10. Second player to hit double digits for Perth Amboy. Here's Miller for Schuler. For Press, swinging around for Miller, left wing. Up top for Borak. Now Matazeski. This is Schuler. East Brunswick not in a particular hurry. Press for Matazeski. Thought about the three for a second. Give a head fake. Borak. Now Schuler just taking the air out of the ball. This is an East Brunswick team that can do both. Play the half court.
Nice.
Play the half court and give you that. Schuler with 15, EB, 58-36. They can give you the half court or they can run all day with you. That's what separates them from a team like Perth Amboy, which can only do the one.
Right, Gordon, and this is a team that is playing without Bob Henning. I think Coach Henning wants to see how this team performs without having to rely on Henning all the time.
Schuler puts in the rebound. He's got 17 off of the Miller miss.
Oh, stepped in the inbounds.
Not much going right for Perth Amboy right now. East Brunswick makes wholesale substitutions. Larry Press, along with Chris Schuler and Justin Borak, out of the game. Back in is Matt Cassidy, along with Gordon Hurley. And Bobby Mineta as well.
All the starters out.
Pass inside for Hurley.
Hurley would have done well to take that shot.
Shot by Mineta was swatted. Fans wanted a foul. 2.5 to go. Here's Hurley, picks up a loose ball. Here's Miller racing into the front court. And a reach-in foul.
Baby.
Miller was fouled at midcourt as he ran past his defender. I don't actually see a signal. Did they? They called it on Jose Hernandez. That's his second and team foul number 3. Fouls really haven't been much of a factor here.
None.
Miller gets tripped in a 2-on-1. Might have tripped over his own feet and bumped his own man as he was running by. I didn't get a good look at it.
Well, he's eyeing the referee as though you missed that one.
This foul will go on Bobby Mineta, his first, team's 5th at the free throw line. Jose Rodriguez, his second trip there tonight. He's 2 for 2. Misses the first. Jose with 12 points leads Perth Amboy in scoring tonight. Senior, right about at his average of 12.6 a game. Now he's got 13. 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. 2:13 to play, 60-37. 23-point lead for East Brunswick. It was a 4-point game at the half. Miller on the left wing, guarded by Hernandez.
They're calling an offensive foul here, apparently.
Illegal screen called on Matt Cassidy, his first personal. Team foul number 6. Carlos Orich in the game for Perth Amboy, replacing Pablo Eusebio. Also in is Eddie Hernandez, and he replaces David Rodriguez. First look tonight, too, at Rich DeSena for East Brunswick. Rich, a 5'11 sophomore. Also getting set to check in, Jeff Rushnack, a 6'4 junior for EB. Bo Henning emptying the bench here, under 2 minutes to play, and his team leading by 23. Here's Brett Brown, pull-up jumper from the left side, rattles around, and Cassidy comes up with a rebound. Steps through a double team, puts it on the floor. Up ahead of the field for DeSena. Behind the back pass from Cassidy to Miller, driving in the paint, shot, no. Rebound for Hernandez. Amboy on the break, and Orich fills it. Orich with 6 off the bench for Perth Amboy. Minute 21 to play and a timeout.
Well, they both actually called timeout at the same time. I don't know who they awarded it to. Let's see. Okay, I think he called the 22nd.
Right. Quick timeout. Let's go to Bo Henning and see what he's saying.
Deal. You stay closed and you do things we do within our program. All right, now, I don't want the ball frozen here. I want you to run your offense and look for scoring opportunities, okay? Your heads up for pressure.
That timeout was a teaching timeout. Henning telling his player, DeSena, that there's a certain offense that you run and you stay within that offense.
Dan Miller at the point for EB. This is the sophomore. Bounce pass for his classmate, DeSena. Up top for Rushnack. Rushnack has it stripped by Hernandez. Here comes Miller on defense. Lets him go, and Hernandez converts. He's got 6. 60-41 with a minute to play. East Brunswick well in control. They've dominated the second half and put the game away. Cassidy, Rushnack, now Miller, driving on Hernandez. Can't get it to go. Manetta's shot won't fall. Rebound Miller. Miller puts it up, leaves it short, but a foul. Miller trying hard for the bucket, can't get it to fall. Foul is going to go on Jose Hernandez, his third personal for Perth Amboy. At the free throw line goes Miller. Dan Miller 1 for 5 at the free throw line this season, make it 1 for 6. There's his first point of the night. 40 seconds to go. Carlos Orich. Eddie Hernandez back out for a long three from Jose Rodriguez. Ball gets knocked out of bounds and it belongs to East Brunswick.
Well,
East Brunswick will improve to 6-2 overall, 4-1 in the division. And Perth Amboy will fall under 500 at 3-4.
now all of a sudden we got whistles. I think they were banging harder at the beginning of the game than they are right now. They're sort of smiling at each other.
The foul for Perth Amboy goes on Ed Hernandez, his first, team's 5th. 16 seconds to go. East Brunswick by 20. Here's Rushnack. Hands off to Miller. Miller showing good speed and ball handling ability. As I jinx him, he gets stripped.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Well, probably a foul that, and Miller's going to get a little lecture from the referee here. Not a foul that Bo Henning wanted to see him make, obviously. Miller just a sophomore, but the game has gotten a little scrappy. And I think maybe in Miller's defense, and I may be off base, he was trying to stick up for his teammates a little bit, who were getting slapped and hacked at the other end. Either way, it prolongs the game. 2 seconds to go, and the game could have been over. But so he might get an earful from Bo Henning after the game. But nonetheless, East Brunswick's going to win this. As Jose Rodriguez closes out the game at the free throw line. He is 3 for 5 there tonight. Make it 4 out of 6. He's got 14 points. And there's your ball game. East Brunswick wins it 61-42. Let's take a look at some of those final statistics. First for Perth Amboy. They were led in scoring by Jose Rodriguez, their senior guard, who had 14 points. The only other player in double figures was Brett Brown, who had 10 points, including 1 3-pointer. Rodriguez had a pair of 3-pointers in the first half, and Perth Amboy did not have many field goals in the second half to speak of. Jose Hernandez had 6 points, David Rodriguez with 4, Carlos Orich off the bench with 6, and Pablo Eusebio finished with 2, but without a field goal. East Brunswick led in scoring by Larry Press, who dominated the game inside with 22 points. Chris Schuler had 17. Ryan McBride had 9, including all 3 from 3-point range. Bob Henning had 6. Justin Borak had 2. Gordon Hurley had 4. Dan Miller finished the game with 1 for the final score, 61-42. East Brunswick now 6-2 on the season. Perth Amboy 3-4.
Well, Gordy, at the beginning of this game, I thought East Brunswick might be accused of reading its clippings. Just how good of a team is this, and they weren't impressing either one of us by the lackadaisical play. But then something happened in that third quarter, led by Larry Press, and then it just continued to snowball. And you saw a team there that, when it's playing as it can, is really one of the better teams in Middlesex County, certainly, and it has to be a factor when we get into state tournament play, which is so far away. I know the team is focused now on going through its GMC season, but you saw a little bit of the complacency of this team, but yet you saw them at their best tonight as well.
I thought sure there was a little cockiness during the warm-ups as the players were being introduced, and I wasn't sure because I hadn't seen this team yet, so I wasn't willing to pass judgment yet. But I think you're right; they came out a little flat, but certainly something happened at halftime, I think, and it probably came from the voice of Bo Henning, because the 4-point halftime lead turned into a rout in the second half. East Brunswick wins it over Perth Amboy, 61-42. For the crew at EBTV and for my partner, Jimmy Allinder, Gordy Deal saying so long. We'll see you next time.